Stuart, I have a question.
Yes.
How can I improve my inner work?
Let's backtrack a little. Certainly over the last year, Bob, I had never seen you make as much progress in your inner work as you have. And I would just suggest keep doing it. It's working. It's really working. You're a changed person. You look different. You're deeper. It's great what's taken place inside of you in the last year. So I would suggest continue doing what you're doing. Try to take it a little deeper. Try to go a little more profoundly inside yourself. Try to take the next steps inside yourself. But continue that deep inner work that you're doing that is really changing you and creating a very, it's like I suddenly have a new person in my life. And I like this person a lot. So just continue it, Bob. There's no mystery. Whatever you're doing, it's working. Continue doing it. It'll take you very deep inside yourself. Does anyone else have a question?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. That's what happens when we make commitment. It really does, Something opens. You get a taste of God inside you that makes you realize that you're not wasting your time doing what you're doing, but it's creating a more profound, more interesting, a deeper inner life for one. And you don't even know when it happens. Suddenly you see the world differently. Suddenly your commitments are different. It happened to me when I was younger, and I certainly made the commitment to sustain it as deeply as I can, to grow with it and allow it to not only change me once, but, constantly and continuously over the years. And as I often say, it's something the mind will never understand. The mind sees everything with a linear perspective. And this is more. This is 360 degrees. This is the whole circle. And a whole new approach to your inner life and to yourself. And it changes you. When you have more swagger, for God's sake, people get a kind of spiritual swagger, But I don't mean it's ego, but there's just a confidence and a truth about what they're doing that changes their life. And you could be doing the exact same thing, but suddenly you realize what the hell it is. And it changes your life. I remember sitting with Rudy in his gallery once, and some guy who I really didn't know, but he used to study with Rudy, came in and laid a whole number on Rudy, how he can't study with Rudy anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And he went on and on and on and on and on. And, Rudy really didn't say anything to him. And when the guy left, Rudy said to me, it's probably going to take 10,000 lifetimes for his energy and the kind of energy I have to meet again. Where he can have a teacher, to me, it was just an incredible lesson. And I remember people used to walk into his gallery and Rudy would say, "Can I help you?" And this used to go on all the time. And the most common response was just looking. And I would look at Rudy and I saw this incredible spiritual power, this teacher who was remarkable in changing my life. And people would just look him in the face and say, well, I'm just looking. And that was really a lesson for me. You see what you're ready to see in life. And sometimes that energy changes and you begin to see the world differently. But I'll never forget that just looking, it used to make me laugh. Because I'd look at Rudy and all I saw was this powerful Shakti that kept coming out of him into me, teaching me to grow, teaching me how to find my inner life. And people, one after the other, well, we're just looking. And people go through lifetimes just looking until one moment, maybe a bird craps on their head and it opens the crown chakra, who knows? But something changes them. And they begin to see a little differently. Does anyone else have a question?
Stuart, I have another question. Is the process making peace with your mind or something else?
Look, the process is making not only peace with your mind, but your emotions, your sexual, and it is making internal peace with yourself. With you, have to finally realize that there's a lot of chaos inside all of us that needs to be, mastered so that we can have a quiet mind. A quiet mind will receive knowledge, wisdom comes directly out of the cosmos. An open heart will receive ananda, love, compassion, gratitude comes right out of the cosmos. Understand? A quiet sexual energy, being able to master the sexual energy and use it, drawing it to the base of this, will draw to us the profundity of Tantra. The union of the male-female energy. So the whole thing is using the meditation that we practice to finally create inner peace. Because it's when you have that inner peace, all of these things become possible. You're no longer, setting up barriers to them and, walls to keep them from coming. It all becomes possible. So it's not only a quiet mind. Quiet mind is very important, only because the mind is so powerful and it never shuts up. I mean, it's like a yenta that has more to say. It's just endlessly yakking, and creating a lot of tension. But one of the reasons the mind yaks and never shuts up, because the heart isn't open. And one of the reasons the heart isn't open is because we haven't learned to focus our attention below the navel, to have that foundation, that grounding. So the whole chakra system works together. If the heart isn't open, the mind is going to be very noisy. If you're not grounded, then the heart's not going to be open. And then drawing energy through the sexual area, to the base of the spine. It creates internal rebirth and activates Kundalini. So the whole chakra system works together. And the ultimate goal of what we need to produce as human beings is that inner quiet, that peace, that, that enables us to receive what the universe really wants to teach us. So it's not just the mind. Yes, the mind needs to be quiet. It creates more problems in people because of the tension and anxiety that it creates inside human beings. But I'll say it again, the mind is not going to be open and quiet if the heart is closed. I mean, I always use that kitchen sink example, when there's the kitchen sink, the pipes are clogged up, everything comes out the kitchen sink. The mind is the kitchen sink. All that energy backs up, doesn't flow. Does anyone else have a question?
Thank you, sir. That was great.
Well, okay, if there are no more questions. And all this meditation is about, what it's about? It's creating a wholeness inside ourselves. That's all it's about. Becoming a child of God by using the tools that we're given to create that sense of unity, that wholeness inside ourselves. Okay, if there are no more questions, then I will have meditation on Sunday, or not today's Sunday, on Tuesday, and Monday, tomorrow. Geez, I got all my days mixed up here. Anyway, we'll have meditation tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And once again, you're probably sick of hearing it. Thank you. And God bless you all. And your work and your coming here and doing this, it's just such an instrument for me to use to grow in my life. And I just have enormous amount of gratitude to each and every one of you. So God bless you all. And looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Stuart.
Yes, Stuart.
Good night.